Okay, we're speaking spirituality versus religiosity. To be religious and to be spiritual, what is the difference? I'm going to say from my perspective, others may have different definitions for those things, but for me, spirituality is a matter of the heart. How we feel about things, how we feel about the environment, how we feel about other people. As for me, religiosity, religiousness, being religious comes from the head. It's things that I have learned that I have to do to be serving, and that comes from the head. Calming and sometimes not so calming. But if we marry the two, if we have our religiosity in sync with our spirituality and vice versa, it is one calming effect on the body that says, I have learned what I have to do for my religion, whether it's going to church on a Sunday, going to the temples, going to the synagogue, going to the mosque, sitting and praying in any way. That can become a spiritual as well as a religious act. I can be very, very religious, but yet not spiritual. How can that be? I can do everything that my religion tells me to do. I can go to church every Sunday. I can go pray 5 times a day. Whatever my religion commands me to do, but yet I may not have that heart for people. For example, I see people maybe supposedly high in the ranks of their religion, and they would park anywhere, anytime, and don't care really what it does to the rest of the community. I am this particular person, and I'm allowed to park in the middle of the street, go inside, and everybody will just have to wait outside or wait behind me until I get back. That for me is not religious, neither is it spiritual. I think it's rather arrogant. So we need to take stock of ourselves when we try to act, and I may be guilty of those things myself. These are just observations, and I'm trying to bring it across so that maybe I can become a better person. But like I said, if I am a very spiritual person, the first thing I would think of is, what does my action have now on the environment around me, be it animals, people, cars, whatever else? What is my effect on what is going on around me? Now, if I'm a very spiritual person, it will come natural that I'm so used to being concerned about whatever's going on around me, because I want contentment of heart. If I have contentment of heart, I would not want to inconvenience anybody else. I would, for example, as simple as indicate before I turn so the next person knows what I'm going to do. It sounds a simple thing, but if I do that timelessly, the other person will know what to do, whether they can turn, whether they can proceed, or what they can do. And that goes for many other things in our lives. So if we think religiosity again, it is not equivalent to spirituality. Spirituality is a lot more deep-seated, and it comes from deep inside the heart. And my religiosity is part of my spirituality that says, I want to serve. And serving your creator, you can do that by serving mankind. That is the ultimate form of service to your creator. So I need to, first of all, think, if somebody, for example, needs something and I am engaged in some form of meditation, do I break it to help the person, or do I simply just sit and let the people wait? Or so a very simple analogy for me is basically spirituality is heart, religiosity comes from the head. We've learned what to do, but this drives us. It is not something that we learn from books. It is something that we learn from environment, something that we've learned from parents, something that we've learned from peers and everybody around us. So spirituality is a matter of experience. And there is a lovely saying that says, don't tell me how much you know. Tell me how much you've traveled, and I will tell you how much you know. And that is manifested in our spirituality.